You're exhausted. Your eyes are dry, your brain feels like static, and you've just logged 10 hours of what looked like hard work, yet your core objectives haven't moved an inch. That feeling has a name: pseudo-productivity. In the professional landscape of 2026, we've quietly replaced real output with the visible performance of busyness. We treat a fast Slack reply as a victory and a cleared inbox as an accomplishment. But as we discussed previously, where we broke down how focus triggers a literal hardware upgrade through myelination, if an AI can do it, your value is zero. You need to move beyond the AI premium and protect your primary capital asset, your attention. The culprit is something academic Sophie Leroy calls attention residue. She proved that when you switch from a deep task to a quick email check, your brain doesn't follow cleanly. Part of your cognitive resources stays stuck on the previous thread. Check your inbox every 5 minutes and you're residue slathering your brain into a state of permanent disorder. Imagine 30 ping-pong games happening at once. None are scheduled, so you patrol every table constantly just to see if the ball is on your side. If you stop to think for 90 minutes, the office panics. This isn't a lack of willpower, it's a systemic failure. It starts with a brutal audit, the Smart College Grad Test. Ask yourself, how many months would it take to train a smart graduate with no specialized training to do this specific task? If the answer is weeks, you're engaging in shallow work. You're a commodity. Elite operators ruthlessly automate or delegate these 2-week tasks to buy time for the multi-year problems AI can't touch. If your day is 80% grad-level work, you aren't an executive, you're an expensive administrator. Once you reclaim that time, kill the ping-pong volley with process-centric communication. Most emails are lazy pings, checking in or thoughts that guarantee 5 more interruptions. Instead, close the loop in one move. Propose the path and define done. Try this. I'll send the draft by Friday. You provide edits by Monday. If I don't hear back by Tuesday, I'll assume approval and submit. No reply needed. This 30-second map collapses a week of distraction and signals high status by respecting everyone's attention. To protect this bandwidth, implement a pull system. Most professionals live in push mode, reacting to the inbox. This drains energy from half-started work. Instead, keep only 3 active projects at the top of your list. Everything else stays in a waiting queue. You're strictly prohibited from pulling a new project into an active slot until one of the top 3 is finished. This kills the ghosts of unfinished tasks and ensures your brain isn't residue slathered by administrative noise. Deep work is a muscle. For most, it has atrophied. You need interval training. Once a week, perform a Roosevelt Dash. Pick a demanding task and give yourself a deadline that is exactly half the time you'd normally take. Set a countdown timer. This creates an artificial urgency that forces your brain to ignore the itch of distraction. When the stakes are clear and the clock is ticking, the urge to check LinkedIn vanishes because you are racing against your own output. Master the shutdown ritual. At the end of every day, review your list, ensure every open loop has a plan for tomorrow, and say out loud, "Shutdown complete." This isn't just a phrase, it's a psychological trigger that stops the background hum of work anxiety, allowing your cognitive battery to actually recharge for tomorrow's deep work. Finally, stop trying to have a perfect plan. Productivity isn't the rigid execution of a fragile schedule. Plans fail. When they do, don't try to catch up by working faster and shallower. That is how you burn out. Instead, scuttle the plan. Take 5 minutes, rebuild it for the hours that remain, and maintain your intentionality. The goal isn't to do more, it's to do fewer things with obsessive quality. In a world full of people busy doing nothing, the one who can truly focus doesn't just survive, they get the edge. Go find yours.